Prince Albert of Monaco and Princess Charlene once appeared to the world like the perfect royal couple, elegant, mysterious, and wrapped in the glitzy aura of the Mediterranean's most exclusive principality. But beneath the shimmering surface of high society galas, million-dollar jewels, and Formula One fanfare, a darker narrative has been unraveling for years. A story filled with secrets, betrayal, and quiet heartbreak, one that now stands exposed for all the world to see. In what has become one of Europe's most captivating royal dramas, Monaco's fairy tale has begun to fracture, revealing a grim truth behind the palace walls: alleged cheating, the emotional distance between spouses, and the existence of not just one, but multiple illegitimate children from the head of state. At the center of this emotional storm is Prince Albert II, sovereign of Monaco, son of the legendary American actress Grace Kelly and Prince Rainier III. While he inherited his parents' legacy of international allure, prestige, and protocol, he also seemed to inherit a different kind of notoriety, a pattern of secrecy, romantic complications, and lingering scandals. For decades, whispers surrounded his bachelor lifestyle and his reluctance to settle down. Rumors swirled about extramarital affairs, mistresses, and secret paternity claims. Then came the bombshell confirmations: 2 illegitimate children born before his marriage, both fathered during past liaisons, each emerging like hidden ghosts from behind the royal curtain. What followed was a royal reckoning unlike anything Monaco had experienced in recent memory. Just days before his lavish 2011 wedding to Charlene Wittstock, a stunning Olympic swimmer from South Africa, new paternity allegations threatened to derail the entire ceremony. Reports claimed Charlene had tried to flee Monaco 3 times before the nuptials, allegedly devastated by the knowledge of yet another child, one whose existence had been hidden from her until it was almost too late. The palace denied the rumors, insisting the bride was merely overwhelmed, but those close to the situation painted a different picture, one of betrayal and deep disillusionment. Charlene's radiant smile at the altar couldn't hide the tears she shed during the wedding itself, tears that cameras caught and the public couldn't forget. Almost immediately, questions mounted: was this truly a union of love or one of duty? Did Charlene marry into royalty or into an emotional trap that would leave her isolated, far from home, and even farther from happiness? As time moved on, the royal couple's carefully curated public appearances failed to convince the world that all was well. Charlene's physical absence from Monaco became increasingly noticeable. Months-long stays in South Africa sparked rumors of a looming separation. Health concerns were cited, but few could ignore the timing or the context. The whispers returned: was the princess living in voluntary exile? Had she reached a breaking point after years of alleged infidelity, emotional strain, and raising twins while navigating royal expectations under constant scrutiny? Prince Albert, for his part, attempted to maintain a sense of calm and continuity. He acknowledged the 2 children born before his marriage: Jasmine Grace Grimaldi, an American singer and actress, and Alexander Grimaldi Coast, a young man raised in France. Though legally excluded from the line of succession under Monaco's constitution, they remained part of Albert's life and have made public appearances. But the lingering suspicion of another child, conceived during a time that would have overlapped with his relationship with Charlene, added another layer of hurt and humiliation for the princess. If true, this would have been more than a betrayal of trust. It would have rewritten the entire narrative of their relationship. Inside the palace, Charlene's position grew more uncertain. Once seen as the hopeful modernizer of Monaco's royal image, her frequent absences, cryptic public statements, and solemn expressions only fueled speculation that her life in the principality had become one of quiet suffering. Those close to her have hinted at deep loneliness, the pressure of perfection, and the emotional scars left by an environment of suspicion and disappointment. Though she returned to Monaco in short bursts, the sense of disconnection between her and Albert was evident, even in the most formal of settings. They stood together, but rarely close. Smiles appeared, but warmth seemed missing. International media began to compare Charlene's plight to that of other tragic royal figures, women who married into power but paid the price with their personal peace. The shadow of Princess Diana loomed large, as did echoes of Grace Kelly's own complicated life behind the palace gates. Was Charlene becoming the next royal wife to be devoured by the institution she married into? Meanwhile, the people of Monaco remained divided. Some sympathized deeply with their princess, expressing concern for her well-being and respect for the emotional toll she must endure. Others, loyal to the Grimaldi lineage, hoped the couple would reconcile and present a united front. But even within the ultra-private, heavily guarded walls of the prince's palace, truth has a way of seeping through. Reports soon emerged claiming that Charlene had quietly negotiated new boundaries within the marriage. According to sources close to the royal household, separate living arrangements were allegedly discussed. Some speculated that the couple had entered a modern royal pact, a symbolic marriage held together for the sake of their children and the sovereignty of the state, but no longer sustained by mutual affection or emotional intimacy. Albert, now in his 60s, continues to juggle his duties as sovereign while trying to maintain his public image. He remains close to his children, both legitimate and otherwise. But the legacy he leaves behind will forever be colored by the choices he made in private. The legitimacy of a monarch isn't just about constitutional rules or royal bloodlines, it's about trust, integrity, and the ability to lead a nation without the cloud of personal scandal. For Charlene, the future remains unclear. She is still styled as the Princess of Monaco. She occasionally fulfills her royal duties with grace and formality. But the spark that once promised to modernize and invigorate the monarchy seems to have dimmed. What was once hailed as a fairy tale romance has slowly transformed into a cautionary tale, a reminder that titles, wealth, and palaces do not shield anyone from heartbreak, betrayal, or the agony of a fractured relationship played out on the world's stage. Their twin children, Jacques and Gabriella, add another layer of urgency to the story. As heirs to the throne, their upbringing is under intense scrutiny. How does one protect young royals from the ghosts of their parents' decisions? How do you preserve innocence in a palace haunted by scandal? As the House of Grimaldi moves forward, it does so under the heavy weight of unresolved emotions, quiet resentments, and the knowledge that every public smile may be concealing years of private sorrow. In a world where the royal image means everything, how much longer can Albert and Charlene maintain the illusion? One thing is certain: the story of Monaco's prince and princess is far from over. It is a tale still unfolding, on balconies, in courtrooms, behind palace gates, and within the hearts of a royal couple whose dreams were supposed to defy history. But perhaps history, like love, cannot be rewritten, only survived. So now, as the world watches Monaco with both sympathy and curiosity, one question echoes louder than all the rest: can love truly survive betrayal when the whole world is watching? If you found this story compelling, make sure to subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, share this video with others, and comment your thoughts below. Do you think Princess Charlene will stay, or is she preparing for her final exit from Monaco?